All right, guys, what's going on? Another Leaf game, another loss, and no, I'm not wearing a turtleneck. This is a Nike hoodie. It's just the way it looks from this angle. But the Leafs lose 5-4 to the Chicago Blackhawks. And just to give a quick update, Mitch Marner, of course, is injured. I might do a full video on that. It looks like it's a minimum of 4 weeks. They think it's a sprain. So, prayers to go to him, and hopefully he'll get back soon because, the Leafs need all the help they can get because they're still not winning games. This one started off pretty poor, but the Leafs ended up with 57 shots on net. Just a crazy game. The Leafs turned it on in the third period. They looked way better in the third period than they did in the other periods. In the second, they started to pick it up, but in the third, they really turned it on. William Nylander was fantastic again tonight. I keep trying to tell you guys, I've been saying it all off season. This guy had two 60-point seasons back to back, and forwards like I don't know what's his name, the guy from the Flyers, like Kevin Hayes, like getting overpaid, and he hasn't even come close to William Nylander totals. And now you look at Willie this season, he potted another couple goals tonight, and he's looking real good. Matthews and Janssen, I thought, had good games. Hutchinson, that first period sucked, but he played well for the rest of the game. But let's get into some of the numbers here. Like I said, 5-4 loss. Man, it came down to the last minute, but 57 shots on goals for the Leafs, 34 for the Blackhawks. Now, in terms of goals, Patrick Kane, the 88 on the other side, scored his seventh from DeBrincat and Strome. Then Kirby Dach scored a nice one from the point, and that first one, that Kane goal was terrible. But that Kirby Dach goal was nice. He came in from the point, scored his second of the season, assisted by Shaw and Calvin DeHaan. I think DeHaan's a pretty solid guy over there. I actually seem to like him. I don't know, Hawks fans, what do you guys think of him? Patrick Kane scored his eighth, his second of the game. The 88s were getting it done tonight. Assisted by DeBrincat and Strome. I also like that Strome has kind of been like a project on the Blackhawks, and he's done pretty decent. Last year he definitely did good, and DeBrincat, we know that guy is a quiet killer. That guy can score. Then William Nylander got on the board for the Leafs, his sixth of the season, assisted by Austin Matthews. Again, guys, I've been saying it the whole time. Nylander in 20 minutes ice time tonight, 2 goals. I almost said 20 goals. 2 goals, and him and Matthews are effective together. I keep trying to tell everybody this. Like, I'm not a biased fan. Like, I like when players are playing good, and I'm also not going to sit here and act like William Nylander's the best thing since sliced bread. But he's been one of our better players to start the year, guys. Like, you just kind of have to give credit where credit's due. Then Jonathan Toews scored, so the Hawks got it right back. It was kind of deflating. His third of the season from DeBrincat and Kane. There was no scoring in the second period. Surprisingly, I thought this was going to be like a 10-7 game or something, like crazy numbers. Then in the third period, Nylander, really nice goal. He came out from the slot area, or from the corner to the slot area, and popped it top corner. People seem to think that Willie doesn't score out front of the net like that, like close in, and he's got, goals in back-to-back nights where he's come out in front of the net and scored. Assisted by Matthews, like I said. Then Tavares on the power play, his fifth, got us within one. His fifth of the season from Janssen and Matthews. Matthews had 4 assists tonight, big night for him, and Janssen also was pretty solid. Brendan Saad then scored. That one was kind of deflating. The Leafs had a wide open net on the other end, and they couldn't bury it. Assisted by Toews and Kajula. That was Saad's 6th of the season. By the way, that hit at the beginning of the game on Saad was a big hit, and Toews jumped in, but it wasn't much of a fight. I forgot to mention that because I seen Saad, and he's the one that got hit by Muzzin. And then really late, the Leafs were on the power play, which they wasted time. They should have just let the Hawks touch it because they would have had more time to try to score. But regardless, they got a goal and made it, within one. And they had a couple chances there, like literally at the last second of the game. They just couldn't bury it. But Janssen's 5th, assisted by Tavares and Matthews, that pretty much ended, the scoring. It did. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I said some choice words that I can't say on camera when the Leafs lost this one because the Hawks have been a great team over the years, but like they're just not a great team this year. They're just not. And Leonard was incredible tonight. Patty Kane was good. Willie was good. Like, there was good on both sides of the ice, but the Leafs have to come out on top. And again, people are going to blame Hutchinson and say he was garbage and this, that, and the other. Sure, there were some crappy ones that went in. But if you rewatch some of the goals at the beginning, they weren't exactly all his fault, and he shut the door for the rest of the game. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt for this one, but there was a couple, like that first one, if he stopped it, it's a different game, of course. But let me know what you guys think about this game. on to the next. Unfortunately, like Jay-Z said, on to the next one. But, hopefully the Leafs can pull out a victory in their next couple games because they really need to start winning some. So, should be some interesting ones coming up. I know Wednesday they play the Islanders and they're at, what is it, Nassau? Or are they in Brooklyn? I'm not even sure where the Islanders play these days. Tavares going back in there, and especially it's like a hostile environment. So, like I said, leave your thoughts down below, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the game. I know it was a bit crazy, but I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.